Hello, my name is David Amott, and today for my first speech I will be telling you guys the reason why I chose information technology to be my major. You may have probably heard a few people saying this, or just a lot of people, especially nowadays. Technology has become such a core belief in our entire life that we want to understand it more, as some people just do. And that was sort of what drove me to be an information technology expert. When I was at a young age, I had the opportunity to work with a broken computer. Now, most people are like, oh, it's broken, so why is that a big deal? Well, it's because I got to interact with the physical parts, and that's really what started to drive me towards being, well, just understand computers. Being able to operate and mess with the physical parts, it took me a while to figure it out. Honestly, I was probably the worst out of all of my friends, yet now I know the most. When I started out, it took me, I'd say about 3 times as long as it took everybody else to get it together. And it was broken, so it really didn't matter for me. But after that, I really started to understand computers when I was able to build my first computer. When I built my first computer, it took me a while. I had to study, I had to tell them what parts exactly I wanted to and how they worked and making sure that everything functioned. It took some time. It took a lot of time, knowledge, and experience just to get that thing on, honestly. But after getting it on and hearing it power up for the first time, it drove me to do what I do. When I went into high school, I had the opportunity to take an information technology class. This was just an intro class. It's your most very basic class, but because it was what it was, I loved it. When I first started, it was probably the most difficult class I'd ever taken, but it turned out to be the most fun. As I slowly went through and slowly kept doing what I needed to do and learn what I needed to learn, I realized I had a knack for it. So my colleagues and my teacher. At the end of the program, skipping a few years, I realized that, the people I interacted with were not your normal everyday people. I was interacting with my principal, my vice principal, everybody in the office, not because I was doing stuff or stuff. It was just that they needed help. I would go in and I would fix what they needed to fix, even though it was just basic computer stuff, basic printer stuff, basic projector, just your most basic stuff. But at the end of the day, because I had the knowledge to do it, I could do it. And I loved that feeling. So then I decided to actually come into this career. And I thought, well, this is a good career to go into initially, because a lot of people, including me at the time, was thinking, well, there's some specialization, but there's not much difference. Well, as I started to do more and more research, and as I got into the program, I realized that there is a huge difference. And that there's a huge level that you have to have commitment to this program and to this degree. Everything in here really after 3 months, is considered old. Everything from your coding to your physical parts to cybersecurity to anything you want to name within the computer. Really, after 3 months, that is the cutoff point. Everyone would start to say, "Well, that's actually kind of old. It's actually starting to turn old." And so, from a physical standpoint, well, 3 months is not reasonable, but from a software point, that is reasonable. Every 3 months, we should already have new software out for people. And so that's what I decided to start learning. It was just technology in general and how to fix, how to help people's lives, and how to make it better for them. And that's really the reason why I chose information technology to be my major.